June 2000 here coming at you with a movie review of Maximum Overdrive, directed by Stephen King, and it's the collected series from Vestron Video. I even printed out, even though the back insert has all the special features, but I put the original movie poster, which is, I think it's the foreign poster, but this is the poster that they used for the Anchor Bay DVD, but I think this poster is pretty badass, so it was cool to put in the back. Because the new poster was also awesome. I did like this one, but I also wanted to put another nice artwork in the back. I was gonna put it in the inside, but it's a shitty eco case. So yep, really badass cover poster. ACDC that's down there with a bloody victim that's inside of a demonic possessed truck. Pretty badass film. And yeah, definitely enjoyed this movie. And yeah, I did mention this movie over at Keith's channel, Gorfo. I mentioned that this was a movie that I really defend. And yeah, this may be a defending review because this movie gets a lot of shit. A lot of people hate this movie. A lot of people think this was a stupid fucking film. A lot of people think this was cheesy, but I don't think it was cheesy. I think this movie was fucking badass. From start to finish, great film. A good starring lead of Emilio Estevez as the hero lead, pretty much playing a cook in the Dixie Boys place, gas station, truck stop. And then throughout the movie, he kicks ass, take no names like a motherfucker. But it's about this mysterious green gas comet that comes from outer space, goes and orbits around the Earth, and it starts taking over machines and electronics and vehicles, automobiles. Of course, the movie begins with there's a bank, and then they're advertising something about the bank, and then it just literally just says "fuck you" for a few times saying it, and then you get a cameo by Stephen King, this ATM bank customer, where he's putting his card in, and then the machine says, "You're an asshole," and of course he has that line, "Honey, come here, sugar plums," and he opens his glasses. This machine just called me an asshole. And then you get that really good music by ACDC. Do do do. Who made who? That was a badass song to like just straight up open to the after that funny ass part, and it transitions to a really badass ACDC song that has like the opening credits where it's on a freeway and it's on a bridge, and then the bridge starts opening because it's all electronics are getting taken over and the automobiles, and the thing starts opening, everybody's cars keeps crashing into them, and they go into fall in the water, and it's just bashing insane. And of course everything goes crazy, automobile starts turning on, everything goes wacko, killing everybody one by one. The supply appliances, the kitchen appliances are turning them on by themselves and cutting everybody up. And yeah, the movie just goes insane, bashing insane. There's a steamroller that runs over a few kids. Dang, the machines are vicious. They don't care. Whoever these alien comet stuff, they are really pissed off. And of course, the trucks are getting taken over. Every automobile is getting taken over. Even this is the leader of the trucks. The villain of the movie is the Green Goblin truck, which is the Happy Boys trucks. I don't know if they had issues to get the rights to this movie, because Green Goblin was Marvel's comics rights, so maybe they had issues to get it and stuff and paid a lot of money. But yeah, I don't know. But the movie was released by Dino De Laurentiis, company, and you're wondering who Dilo De Laurentiis is. He's a film producer that filmed a lot of movies and produced some in the 80s. He had this company, which was his own company that he produced and was involved in a lot of movies that he was making. So he had this picture company, and it was pretty much like a nod to like MGM, where his company has like a lion's logo. But the company went to bankrupt around 1987, and one of the last movies that was going to be made by Dino De Laurentiis' company, it went bankrupt with the movie too, which was William Frickens' Rampage. And that's a video for another day, but yeah, this was made by Dino De Laurentiis' company. I think his daughter's interviewed for the movie. I have not seen that interview, but I've seen the other interviews with the actors and some fans that are involved in the movie. Even the guy that owns the Green Goblin head truck, he's interviewed in this. But yeah, this movie goes on crazy where everybody starts meeting one by one at the Dixie Boys to get to safety there. Everybody goes insane about what's going on. Pat Hingle's an asshole boss that is hiding all the ammunition and weapons to help each other to defend against these hard killing machine vehicles and automobiles. Well, get your butt in here, baby. Yeah, Pat Hingle is pretty funny in this movie. Even though he plays a scumbag boss, he has a funny presence when he talks to everybody in the movie. Yeah, the movie is pretty good. Yeah, I really enjoy Maximum Overdrive. You get really good practical trucks effects where the trucks are riding by themselves. I wonder how they get the green screens on the people that are riding it, because how the hell are they doing it by themselves with it's in the 80s? Like, that's some impressive shit right there. I know that they want to remake this, but it's gonna be crap. And all these remakes that they've been coming out, they're just gonna be shit. Like, if they're gonna remake it, they're just gonna make it with all crappy CGI. They're gonna, instead of the AC/DC kick-ass rock music, they're gonna just put all this shitty pop rap music nowadays. All this pop culture crap that they have nowadays. That just, I hate I hate the current music. The current music is shit in my opinion. Like, and there's people, like I always say, to each their own, but there's people that love this new music shit. Like, seriously, a lot of the new ones are just garbage. Nah, I do not want to see a remake of this. Leave it the way it is. It's badass. And the only way it's gonna get remake is because Stephen King hates this movie, which I don't understand. I probably, because he had bad experience working on this movie, but I disagree with him saying that shit and saying this movie sucked. No, you made a few movies that suck, Stephen King. That's worse than this. This movie's a badass film that you made, and you were high on coke. But everybody starts meeting at the Dixie Boys one by one. You get the kid that's in the major little leagues baseball. His team gets killed and his coach gets killed. And then, because the baseball, I think the shoulder can't start hitting the coach's face and crushing his skull in. Pretty good practical effects. But he goes through the neighborhood, seeing all this disturbing shit around. Everybody's dead bodies around. People getting killed by their automobile, lawnmowers, hairdressers, and toy cars. And of course, he gets chased by a lawnmower, which, trivia facts, folks. When there was a lawnmower that was shown in the movie when he was getting chased, and you get a really close-up shot of the lawnmower hitting the camera. Well, there was a director of photography that got injured from that because he wanted to use like he wanted to use like something like a safety way to have like the was it he wanted the safety way to have it structured right so it wouldn't hit the lens. But Stephen King wanted the lens to be shown getting hit by the lawnmower. So it was an unsafe thing. And so he heard what Stephen King had to say, like, oh, just leave it like put something above it so it could be getting hit by the lens. So like the director of photography put a piece of wood stand on it under it to lift up the camera lens. And guess what? When the lawnmower went on to get too close to the shot of the camera lens, it went sharp and it cut all over the camera lens and even went through the wood piece that was lifting the camera. And one of the wood pieces, like a sharp piece that was like a really big thorn sharp piece, flew in the air and it struck the director of photography in his eye. And he lost his eye during the set of this movie. And that was like a serious freak accident that happened during the movie. And even there was times people felt kind of scared, but they never really talk about this in the was it in the special features, but they were saying that it was kind of uncomfortable after that. After they heard about that director photographer getting injured in the movie, it was kind of a creepy feeling to work on this movie that they were saying, and they believe that hopefully, like they were kind of scared that that might be accident that accident might happen on these trucks that are driving by themselves because they were using real trucks and also real equipment. Like they were using real stuff. It wasn't like stunt robotic crap that they're moving. No, it was real stuff they were using. And I kind of wish Curse Films did an episode of this. Like, there was an episode I didn't care for that was being discussed on Curse Films. It was like a foreign movie, but I don't know. I don't know about that one. It's just I don't know why didn't Curse Films. I don't know why didn't Curse Films discuss about this movie. This would have been an interesting one. Like all this freaky stuff that's been going on instead of the movie. But on and on, that was what happened to the photographer. He lost his eye from that. That was a pretty scary situation. A free accident that happened to him on set. But yeah, the movie gets all real like that. Of course, you get other characters like Connie and Curtis. Curtis, are you dead? Which is funny the way you hear the word Curtis is pronounced. Curtis, are you dead? I don't know. Every time I hear that name Curtis in a movie, it just makes me remind me of this movie. Like, you know, like in American History X, there's a character named Curtis. I think of the movie Maximum Overdrive because the dude like, that's the same name. Curtis, Curtis, are you dead? Or even the character Curtis in the Santa Claus movie. So I'm like, Curtis, are you dead? Yeah, every time I hear that name, it just reminds me of Maximum Overdrive when somebody's named that way, Curtis. Even Curtis from Blues Brothers. Curtis, are you dead? Yeah, it is a funny line. And yeah, those characters get to the Dixie Boys truck stop and mayhem guards happening. The trucks go all demonic, especially at night, where this stupid lady goes all insane, like saying "We made you," and then, like she's so stupid she almost got herself killed. But she does get her dumb ass self killed. And then I don't know, like the way the trucks are like coming in with the the horns, and then the lights are turning off. Like, oh shit, it's the Exorcist. They're turning off the lights like this, like it's in off, in off. Like that's what happened in the that's what's happening in their diners. Like it's going in and off, like the lights, and then you hear this big old all the trucks that are circling around the Dixie Boys. It's like they're honking their horns real loud, like that movie Duel, which I would like to review Duel one day. That's a great film, really scary film. But yeah, they get killed one by one, and then this big ass machine truck comes, shoots everybody in the diner, but most of them duck, especially Emilio Estevez. But Pat gets killed. Of course, the dumbass diner lady that says "We made you," she gets shot by her dumbass self gets shot by the gun car, the gun car, and then all the other characters get like they're like trying to like hide and duck from this weapon machine gun, and then of course they blow it up, and then they have to sneak their way to get and blow all these trucks up so they could get through and get to a boat out of there. So they go hell from high water and kick some ass, tick no names, blowing up trucks with these big ass grenades. Boom, kaboom, kaboom. And then the one that's last standing that they had to take out is the Green Goblin Happy Boys truck. That's the last because he's the main villain of the movie. And Emilio Estevez is the one that takes the Green Goblin out. He took out the Green Goblin. And then you get a badass AC/DC song that ends the movie where they make it to the boat and they're sailing, and then you get the message text after a few days the comet thing went away, and now everything, appliances and vehicles, automobiles have went back to normal. The comet has went and they're gone. So now we know that okay, the world went to a better place where the comet went away. Now they didn't have to deal with more of this shit no more. But they did went to war with a lot of trucks and carnage and blood and guts and all that mayhem shit. But all in all, I do not really hate this movie at all. I'm gonna just check the interviews real quick. I have not seen the Martha De Laurentiis, which is Dino De Laurentiis' daughter. I haven't seen her interview. I did see Laura Harrington's interview. She's the one that plays Emilio Estevez' girlfriend. She kind of shits on the movie a bit. I didn't care for her interview because she pretty much just shit on the movie. Interviews with actor John Short and Yeardley Smith. I have seen that one. John Short and Yeardley Smith, they were the Connie and Curtis characters. It was a decent interview. John Short was like the one that actually praised the movie more than Yeardley Smith, because Yeardley Smith kind of expect and complained about the movie a bit too. But that was cool that John Short explained that why he liked working on the movie. Interview with makeup. I haven't seen the makeup one. I seen the one with the kid that's played by Holter Graham. His interview was pretty good. He highly praised the movie. He gives it a lot of respect. He doesn't shit on it like Laura Harrington. He really praised the movie. He was honored to be a lead character, like a semi-lead character in the movie. And also, true to fact, he also, I think it was like before this movie, because this came out the same year as Silver Bullet, 86. He was actually auditioning for the role of Marty, but he didn't get the role. So Stephen King remembers seeing him again, so he's auditioning for the kid character in this movie. And Stephen King got the role for him right away because he remembered, like, oh, he was going to get the role of Marty, but that was given to Corey Haim. So, you know what, let me get him a role for this movie. And yeah, Stephen King got him for the role of this movie, and he praised this movie a lot. Like, Holden Graham was a pretty cool person to be interviewed. Like, that's cool that he put a lot of effort in his interview, like giving a lot of praise to the movie, not being a typical asshole actor, like shitting and complaining about this movie being stupid. Because everybody hates this movie a lot, which I don't understand. And then was it Goblin? I seen the one with the Happy Toys guy. I think it's the Goblin one resurrects the restoration of the Happy Toys Goblin. I think it's the interview with the guy who made the Happy Toys head, and he still owns the Happy Toys Green Goblin head. I think that's him that was interviewed. I don't think they say his name on here, but there was other interviews I have not checked, so I gotta check them out. You get behind the scenes footage, still galleries, theatrical trailer, and TV spots, and pretty good 2.0 original stereo audio. And it's a 98-minute movie. Yeah, like the movie does kind of have like a bit of a slow part in some of the second half of the movie when they're trying to wait out, when they're like waiting out and they're in the diner for a while. The movie does kind of slow down for a bit, but all in all, the movie isn't that bad. I really enjoy it. I disagree with Stephen King saying it. And what's sad enough, Milo Estevez even hates this movie. And I like Emilio Estevez in this movie, but he fucking hates this movie too. That's why he's not interviewed. Because if he was interviewed, Emilio Estevez would have just hit shit on and buried this movie. He would have buried Maximum Overdrive. But all in all, Maximum Overdrive, I don't think it's a bad movie. I think this movie kicks ass. It's criminally underrated. Doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. I disagree from Emilio Estevez and Stephen King shitting on this movie. Even Laura Harrington, I disagree for her saying this movie was bad. I would say her interview was like the worst interview because she was pretty much shitting on this movie. But all in all, I did enjoy this movie. This movie's criminally underrated. Doesn't deserve all the hate it gets. Highly recommend 1986 Maximum Overdrive, horror action-packed film by Stephen King that kicks ass. Have a good day, everybody. Hit that like, subscribe, and take care, folks. Bye-bye.